PDP. Senator Fadeyi's resignation letter dated 12th July was addressed to the PDP Ward 3 Chairman, Okorocha, Osun State. The senator on the letter cited irreconcilable differences and imperable division which have created faction in the party at the national level in the last 3 years from his decision. It is close that he took the decision after consultation and engagement with his political associates, family and friends. Earlier, his Osun East counterpart, Senator Francis Fadausi, announced his resignation from the PDP in a letter dated July 12. Was addressed to Ward 4, Okorocha, Osun, chairman of the party. He also blamed irreconcilable differences, imperable division within the party, and numerous court cases which created factions at the national level as reasons for his action. In the meantime, the Social Democratic Party in Southwest on Saturday dissociated itself from the recent coalition of opposition parties. The chairman of the party's 36th state and the Federal Capital Territory chairman, Femi Olaniyi, made known this at the Southwest stakeholders meeting held at the party secretariat in Ibadan, the Osun State capital. He explained that instead, the party is focusing on developing a strategy to dislodge the All Progressives Congress, APC, at all levels of governance in 2027 general elections. Olaniyi emphasized that the SDP in the region would not be part of any coalition at the moment, noting that no decision could be made on the matter without directives from the National Working Committee, and the party is still waiting for the NWC stance on the coalition. Olaniyi, who also doubles as Lagos State Chairman of the party, assured party members that the NWC will guide and assist each state with membership cards, registers, and other necessary materials at the appropriate time. The presidency has fired back at the African Democratic Congress, ADC, over its statement accusing President Bola Tinubu's administration of exploiting the death of former President Muhammadu Buhari for political image laundering, describing the opposition party's claims as shameless and obnoxious. Reacting through a statement today, the special advisor to the President of Media and Public Communications, Sunday Diary, the presidency accused the ADC and its leading figures of disrespecting Buhari and dancing on his grave for relevance. The presidency dismissed the ADC's criticism as a laughable tantrum and part of a pattern of opportunistic outrage. The statement said it was ridiculous that a party will grapple with an identity crisis, presumes to lecture the president on governance, decorum, and public accountability. In contrast to the ADC's allegations, the presidency insisted that President Tinubu's conduct during the mourning period was both dignified and befitting of the state stature of the late former president. It urged Nigerians to ignore the political noise from what it called an outfit gasping from attention, affirming that President Tinubu remains focused on delivering the renewed hope agenda. Amid the growing call for local government autonomy in the country, former Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola said it would be unrealistic to expect local government to function independently under the current constitution. Mr. Fashola, speaking in a news chat this morning, said local council cannot carry out the responsibilities based on the interference of the state houses of assembly and state government. The former Minister of Power, Works and Housing explained that the fact that the state assembly make laws for local government is an external influence that contradicts the idea of autonomy. On the Supreme Court, ruling on local government autonomy, the senior lawyer said though it's no patriot would say all was well with the state of local government, legal practitioners had mixed opinions as to whether the Supreme Court's judgment on autonomy could stand the constitutional scrutiny. In July 2024, the Apex Court barred governors from dissolving democratically elected local government councils and granted financial autonomy to local governments in Nigeria.
As it stands today, it is unrealistic to expect autonomy for local governments created by the Constitution. They were not meant to be autonomous. That is my view after a very, very close reading of certain provisions of the Constitution. Some of those provisions provide, for example, that the local government in its economic activities and all of that will have laws made for it by the State House of Assembly. If you look at the legal and ordinary meaning of the word autonomy, it suggests that you are acting independently without any outside influence and authority. And to that extent, the State House of Assembly making laws for what and how a local government can function is in itself an external influence that contradicts the idea of autonomy. The next thing, of course, is to look in the fourth schedule of the Constitution and look at all of the responsibilities that are assigned to local governments, such as the operation of slaughterhouses, abattoirs for animals, cemeteries, building of roads, advertising hoardings, primary schools, primary healthcare centers. All of those responsibilities are dependent on one item, land. And to the extent that the state government controls land, which affects how the local governments will carry out these functions, I didn't think that autonomy was intended. Now, if we now decide that we want autonomous local government, those are some of the things we have to free up, if that is our decision. So we must have an agreement, but as it stands, I don't think that autonomy was intended. What I think was intended was some sort of collaboration, some sort of supervision, some sort of oversight of the state over the local government. And that is inherent in what you will find in Section 162, which deals with the state joint local government account. And there is history behind the enactment of that section, because up till 1999, the local governments used to collect their monies directly from the federation account under a process that I think was known as JAC, Joint Accounts and Allocation something.
Moving on, the Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, has said the 5 states that make up the Southeast geopolitical zone have clear expectations regarding the proposals and the ongoing 1999 Constitution review by the National Assembly. He stated this in his remarks at the Southeast Zonal Public Hearing for Imo and Abia on the Constitution review held in Owerri, the Imo State capital, this afternoon. According to the governor, the Southeast remains the only zone with 5 states, underscoring the need for at least 2 additional states. He noted that the imbalance has led to underrepresentation in critical national institutions, from the National Assembly to the Federal Executive Council. On indigenship, the governor noted that though the Constitution guarantees every citizen the right to live and work in any part of the country, he regretted that those born and raised in places where their grandparents may not have originated from are still regarded and treated as non-indigents. He also made a case for constitutional amendments to pave the way for rotational presidency, not along the north-south divide, but along the 6 established geopolitical zones. The immediate past National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Dr. Umar Ganduje, has explained his absence during President Bola Tinubu's condolence visit to Kano on Friday. The clarification came on the eves of speculations that Ganduje was deliberately excluded from the president's entourage during his condolence visit to the Dantata family over the demise of their patriarch, Alhaji Aminu Dantata. A former chief of staff told the former APC leader, Mohammed Garba, in a statement in Abuja today, said the former Kano state governor traveled to London for a personal engagement that had been arranged well in advance. Garba explained that the visit by Tinubu was communicated to Ganduje, but noted that the former Kano governor was unable to reschedule his flight and itinerary to enable him to return in time for the presidential visit. The statement, however, maintained that he remains in constant communication with key party leaders, including the Deputy Senate President, Senator Barau Jibrin, and the APC Kano Chairman, Alhaji Abdullahi Abbas, to ensure the smooth coordination for the president's visit. In Kaduna State, the state police commanders stopped the planned rally by supporters of the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, in the state. The rally was billed to be held in honor of Obi's birthday celebration. Stating the reason for banning the rally, the command said that intelligence information at his disposal revealed that certain criminal elements are planning to infiltrate and hijack the proposed rally, using it as a platform to cause disruption, incite violence, and disturb the prevailing public peace in the state. In a statement by its public relations officer, DSP Matsuru Hassan, the command said that all forms of political rallies and public gatherings of a political nature remain suspended across the state until the official commencement date of political activities as stipulated by the Independent National Electoral Commission. The command advised organizers of the planned Peter Obi rally to suspend any gathering or procession to ensure public safety and prevent potential hijacking by miscreants, promising to take necessary legal action against any individual or group found violating the directive. The Osun State Police Command has confirmed the death of a murder suspect, Femi Oladele, also known as Talex, during a brief illness. Oladele was arrested for his alleged role in the abduction and death of Angel Oka and Jan Abba, two students of the Adekunle Ajah University, Akungba, Akoko. So during interrogation of the suspect, the police said one of the suspects confessed that the victims had been killed, while their bodies were dumped at different locations in Ikiti State. The State Police Public Relations Officer Olayinka Anyolade confirmed the death of the suspect, stating that Oladele had been receiving treatment but succumbed in the early hours of Friday. She disclosed that he had been under medical supervision since his arrest and had been in out of the hospital. Before he passed away, the police public maker urged the public to disregard any attempt to twist the fact, adding that the command remains fully committed to justice. In another development, a former Senate leader and lawmaker representing Borno South, Ali Ndume, has commended President Bola Tinubu over the recent appointment into the boards of key federal agencies. Senator Ndume, who gave the commendation in a statement issued in Abuja on Saturday, described them as timely and responsive to the concerns of the northern region. A breakdown of the appointment shows that Kano and Kaduna State got 3 and 2 slots respectively, while Sokoto, Zamfara, Niger, and Oyo State secured 1 each. Senator Ndume, however, expressed conviction that the president took deliberate steps to address agitations from the north, noting that the president is a responsive leader who listens to criticisms and genuine and legitimate agitation. The Borno lawmaker also appealed to the president to extend similar considerations to the southeast region in future appointment to ensure national balance and equity. The lawmaker concluded by urging the president to embrace wider inclusivity going forward. Elsewhere, Africa Foundation for Young Media Professionals, AFYMP, has called on journalists to prioritize accurate and inclusive reporting while covering issues related to persons with disabilities. The call was made during a one-day disability and inclusion training for journalists held in Lagos State. The workshop, organized by AFYMP, brought together media practitioners to enhance their understanding of disability issues and the importance of responsible reportage. Facilitators also emphasized that journalists play a critical role in shaping public perception and must avoid stereotypes, stigmatizing language, and harmful narratives when reporting on persons with disabilities. While speaking in an interview, AFYMP Executive Director Yinka Olaito said the training was organized to equip media professionals on the need as media continues to shape societal attitudes. Initiatives like AFYMP's training underscore the need for journalists to lead the charge in fostering a more inclusive and equitable society.
While we're doing this, we have seen that there's a knowledge gap between what the media people should know and how to interpret the conditions and the peculiarities of persons with disability to the society. We understand the role of media in this because without media informing the society properly, people will not know. We know that Africa, Nigeria is, when it comes to disability issue, it's a lot of myth, it's a lot of stereotypes, it's a lot of wrong beliefs about them. And therefore we want to, first of all, move people from lack of knowledge fill the knowledge gap, and the media will be able to do this. That's why we concentrate on the media to ensure that we have media that is well informed about disability issues, and therefore they can lead in championing the eradication.
You're watching news at 7 on West Spring Television. Still to come. 30 injured as vehicle drives into crowd on Santa Monica Boulevard in Los Angeles. We'll bring you more on this and other business stories after this break. Please stay with us.